There's one right there. That feels good.
There's one. Wow. That's a net full.
There we go.
Good one. Real good one.
Look at that beast.
Beautiful. Got it. Wow, that's a big one, dude.
That's what it's all about, man.
Nice job, you two.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience. 91-mile-long Flaming Gorge Reservoir on the Wyoming-Utah border is known for producing oversized Kokanee salmon and trophy-class lake trout, making it a great destination fishery for both species. Specialized gear and tactics have developed in western reservoirs to catch kokanee. Most baits are trolled to elicit reaction strikes from these plankton-eating pelagic fish. In mid-June, Lund Pro staffs Dave Habets and Lim use their electronics to find and target kokanee at their preferred temperature of 52 degrees. They adjust and hone their spread as they catch fish at differing depths. Using flasher squid combos on downriggers, they troll the river channel until they connect with this sporty and delicious fish.
Wild one.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Dave Habets. I'm here with Lim. We're out here at Flaming Gorge in mid-June. We're gonna go chase some kokanee salmon. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, so we're headed out to Flaming Gorge Reservoir. Reservoir spans about 90 miles. Some of it in Wyoming spans into Utah, where the dam is. Targeting kokanee, the surface water temp lately has been about 60 degrees. Had a little bit of some weather lately, and it's changed it up a little bit, so might be a little bit difficult finding the thermocline, but once we find the thermocline and find the fish, we should be able to get after it pretty good. Beautiful bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky. Targeting kokanee, we use downriggers with some flasher and squid.
Gonna launch the boat and head north.
Launch the boat, head north, and we'll work our way back. Might see some different scenery on the way. So as we're searching to target the kokanee, they like about that 52-degree water. They don't really hang out on any type of specific structure, so we'll be fishing a lot over the channel, just hunting and searching for that water temp to see what depth they are. Yeah, we're just out to have a good time. We're gonna check the temperature of the water. What I have here is a little fish hawk. I'll hook it to my downrigger, drop it down probably 80 feet, and bring it back up. And then it'll tell me the temperature of the water every 5 feet, so we'll know where to start. At 55 feet, it was 51 degrees, so we're gonna be fishing, targeting that 45, 50 right out of the gate. Maybe put a couple shallower just to see if we can catch a straggler. So I have the squid on here. I put some scent on the top. It's just a holographic dodger with a little bend in it, so it gives it some action when it's in the water. The squid behind it will follow, give it some action. And I just put some gulp maggots on here. Other people, you can use corn, you can use gulp maggots. We'll swap it around, see what's working for best for the day. And then I'll spray it with a little bit of scent and send it out in the water. All right, so here we're all rigged up. We got 6 poles. One of the camera guys was nice enough to get a license so we could run 2 more poles and have a total of 6 out here. The front 2 are stacked. One line right at the downrigger ball, the other one about 10 foot above it. So we're running 30, 40, and 50. On that side, we're running 35, 45, and 55. So we have everything from 35 to 55 foot depth covered. Right now we're trolling about 1.4, 1.5 miles an hour. We have the 15 horse kicker running about 0.2 miles an hour slower than we want to be. We have the Minn Kota up front on autopilot and cruise control, pulling us to maintain that speed. Oh, fish on.
It's 25 feet.
Yep. The little guy. Oh, unhooked himself. Good. Chrome Ripper. So as you see, we're using the rubber net. Kokanee are very sensitive, so we try not to handle them as much as the least amount as possible. So if you don't have to touch them and they come off, it's good news if you're gonna release them, and that one was really small, so we'll let him swim another day.
Dave's favorite donuts.
They're good. Yeah, call it a fishing boat. Turned it into a catching boat.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Oh. Fish on. Feels like a Laker pup.
Yep, looks like it. That's exactly what it is.
The little guy. The famous slime rockets. This out of the mouth here. So that's a lake trout pup. Lake trout are prominent in this lake, and they eat a lot of the kokanee. What they want us to do is they want us to keep a limited lake trout pup under 28 inches. So they want us to keep as many as we can, so the big lake trout can keep getting bigger and thin out the population of the smaller ones and help the kokanee population. All right, so as you see, we have 6 rods out. The way we run this so we do not get tangled up is we put the front pole is always the deepest, and it's right on the downrigger ball. We have the middle pole's on a stacker, and it's stacked. This one is currently stacked 10 feet above the first one, and it has about 15 feet shorter lead going out the back. And then we have the very far back one, which is the shallowest, and it has, once again, a little bit shallower setback. The theory behind it is when you have a longer line and it releases from the clip, it'll go out farther, and you can get the fish up and around the next line, and then work them. Once they're above the top line out to the side, you can work them and pull them up the middle. If they were reversed, shortest, as it goes up, it's going to tangle into the other lines as it comes up, and then you end up with a mess.
Fish.
That's a nice one. And over here.
That's a keeper. 30 feet.
Whew, he's a wild one. This is kind of what we're looking for. This is probably a 2 3/4 pound kokanee. He's a football. We're just gonna keep going through this spot a little bit, try to find some more. Sometimes we'll drop it down a little bit lower to try to get the bigger ones. But that is the cookie cutter size kokanee out here.
We got this Dodger. We're gonna put some more bait on it. We just caught that fish on this lure. We're rebaiting it. I like to go green, pink, green on these gulp maggots. That's how I rigged it that caught the fish. Just poke them in the middle, run them through the hook. And then I will take and do the opposite on the top one. Go pink, green, pink. Just fishing them through that hook, letting them hang off the end of the hook. Then we've got 12 inches of leader to the lure. The lure's baited up. We're gonna add some scent to it. Now it's ready to go back out.
We had something sniff it, so.
Oh,
You got her, D-Ray?
I got her. Another decent one. Pulling to the outside.
Where you got it?
He's just pulling down.
That's a bummer. So you can see here, these rods are bent over. Those rods are very light. These rods are specific kokanee rods based off of a 3-weight fly rod. That means they have a decent backbone, but a lot of bend. The reason we use these rods are kokanee go from 0 to 4 pounds in 4 years. That's the lifespan of the fish. And some of them you'll creep up in the 4.5, 5 pound ranges from time to time. But since they're growing so fast, the cartilage in their mouth is super soft. And as you saw earlier, they jump around and they try to spit the hook. And we need the soft tip on the rods to take that shock away so it doesn't just rip the hook out of their mouth. With the lightweight rods, since it has a lot of flex, I use 8-pound fluorocarbon line so it doesn't have additional stretch, because I want the feel when I catch the fish and let the rod and the reel with the drag pull to wear the fish out till I can get him in. So I want a good heavy 0 stretch line. Well, just a little bit of information on Flaming Gorge. The dam started to get built at 1958. It concluded in 1964. It's about 400 feet deep at the dam. There's a handful of species of fish out here. You have some brown trout, you have some cutthroat, rainbow, a few catfish, but it's really known for its Kokanee salmon, which is a landlocked sockeye salmon, as well as a prime lake trout fishery. The record lake trout's over 50 pounds. It's got beautiful scenery, 50 plus miles long, spans 2 states, Wyoming and Utah, about 3.7 million acre feet of water is what we hold out here. It is a little bit low right now because we're feeding the drought in the south, feeding a little extra water going down to Lake Powell right now to help those guys out. Which one? This one.
Just nice.
It's a nice one. The key to these is not to have your drag set too tight and just let them pull some a little once in a while. Tire them out. Come on, baby. See him?
Looks like a laker to me.
Just a decent
It
size
keeps
one.
diving down.
Huh? I guess you can erase that was kokanee.
Kokanee fishing and catch a lake trout.
Yep. Decent sized little pup. Had me fooled. Keep him? Got him. All right, so when fishing for kokanee, we use some specialized gear. Generally, this is a 4.5-inch Dodger. It has a sticker on the outside and usually bare on the other side. Getting back to the squid, this one is a squid that has a blade in front of it with a couple beads, and then your snell hook at the very end. Another variation is the same style of flasher, but the squid itself has a bill on it, which causes some more action. You'll notice that this one is a little bit longer. If you have the squid too close with the bill, the action is just way too much, and it doesn't seem to work out very well. The third style that we use is just your standard squid and a larger 6.5-inch dodger. Now, some of these dodgers, you can see they have different patterns on them, different colors. Some of them have UV paint on top of this sticker on it. But this one's a little bit longer as well, but with the bigger dodger, it gives a little more side-to-side action and gets the action to the squid. Now, there are a couple other variations. This one here is just more of a rectangle skateboard type dodger. Anything to get the lure to move and also to flash and attract the fish. On top of that, we tend to use different scents and baits to put on it to get a good smell and to also cover up the human scent.
Fish on.
Come on, baby. Ready?
I'm ready.
Nice job, D-Ray.
That was tough to get in. Had to reach down there a bit.
One hook, barely hooked. Two hooks. Second hook's pretty decent. Perfect.
Let's go.
Come on. Come on. So we just moved spots down to the Utah side. Up in Wyoming, it was pretty slow, and so we moved into a spot where we knew we could have better luck. They are just a touch smaller, probably the 2.5, 2.25 size or pound kokanee, instead of the closer to 3 pound up in Wyoming. Okay, today we're fishing out of my 2075 Tyee. One of the reasons I really like this is it gives me plenty of room in the back to walk around, fish 4 downriggers, 6 poles, maybe even more, or even throw out some side planer boards. There's plenty of storage in the side compartments, plenty of room for my poles in the rod locker. In the inclement weather, I really love that I have the sport top. You can put the top up, the sides on, and I have a back curtain that goes on it as well, so stay out of the elements, whether it be the sun, wind, snow, or rain. It's powered by a Pro XS 250, and I have the 15-horse EFI kicker on it, which for me is really helpful because I fish a lot of different elevations, and that fuel injection really helps out versus the carburetor. Another feature I really like on the boat is the sport track system. I'm able to put my downriggers on. I have some custom made plates that go attached to the sport track for the downrigger. Doesn't jeopardize the integrity of the sport track system. And then you can put other I can put other gadgets on there as well. If I'm out fishing alone, I don't need all 4 downriggers, so I can just hook up 2 where I want them, whether they're up, whether they're back. Just all around great boat. Comfort is great, and you can have a few friends on it as well and enjoy the day. Oh. Feeling like a nice fish. Oh, nervous. Come on, baby.
He's there. He's just up.
Did he eat right?
Oh, that's a big fish.
He's a big kokanee, dude. He's in the boat now.
Woo.
That's a big kokanee. Oh, that's the squid.
That's
huh?
the squid. He's already starting to spawn a little bit. Get that hook nose. One. It's two. This is a nice kokanee out of here. It's probably 3.5, if not 4, close to 4 pounds. Nice and thick. But this is what we come into Flaming Gorge to get. One of the best.
That's probably the best salmon we've caught. It could be over 4 pounds.
It could be.
Woo! Nice shot.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.